Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. We are back with a fresh new video discussing about the Arsenal's pre-season tour and a few talking points. Before we get into that video, I have a special information for all you guys out there. I have hit 400 subscribers. Thank you so much to all the people who have subscribed to the channel, who are listening whenever I'm putting out a video, who are liking, who are commenting, and as well as sharing my content with your fellow friends and family and other ones. Thank you so much for all the people out there. We're on the way to hit 500 subscribers as soon as possible. So do keep subscribing, do keep sharing my content, do keep building this community with your comments and with your likes, and keep sharing this content because I'm doing this out of pure passion. I'm not getting anything out of this but just for the passion of football and the Arsenal. Now let's get back into the video. Arsenal last played on the May 19th, and since then, as fans, we've been eagerly waiting for them to come back after representing their countries in Copa America or even in the Euros. On July 24th, Arsenal are back playing their first pre-season game against Bournemouth. Next they played against United, and in the end today we finished off playing against Liverpool. Now I just want to talk about few key academy players and I have few talking points, and I did say it's not so serious as it is a preseason game, but a preseason tells you a lot about our academy players and a lot about our normal playing 11 or our main team players fitnesses and how they could probably play in the team. With players coming back from long-term injuries like Gabriel Jesus and Timber, it might look like a different dynamic, and we have a couple more signings who are yet to come in and start playing for the Arsenal. So before I say anything else, let me just talk about the academy players who have stood out and who have actually caught my eye, and probably many other fans out there as well. The names that I can genuinely think of is Veneri, Skelly, Hine, Salah, and Haven. And a special shout out to even Joshua Nicholas, because that dude looks like a solid player. But let me take it step by step. Let us talk about the first player who has caught my eye. That is Venere. For all these stats people out there, I have a small infographic made for you guys, so stay tuned. I have them showing them right now. Now Neveri played against Bournemouth. He played about 84 minutes, did not create any goal or created any assist, had a pass accuracy of 86%, created 2 chances, won 7 duels and lost 6. Now this game I have not watched personally. I was elsewhere. I was watching the Chelsea versus Wrexham match, representing the Arsenal jersey obviously, which felt really proud and very happy, because somehow I even saw fans out there who were wearing their Alexis Sanchez jersey or even their Saka jerseys out there. So I mean, it did feel encouraging in the end, but when I went to that stadium, it genuinely felt kinda intimidating because what would happen. But in the end, it was just a preseason game. It was in the US, so it was not that deep. So I can't talk much about it, but from the numbers that I've seen, I think he played a brilliant game. He played as a left winger, if I'm not wrong, in this game. I can't really talk too much about it. I will definitely link a thread in the description for you guys to know more about how he played in that specific game against Bournemouth. Next up, he played against United. Now United, I have watched this game, but let's look into the numbers right now. He played 45 minutes, had 1 goal and assist, had a pass accuracy of 89%, created 1 chance and won 4 duels. Now this game, when I watched with my own eyes, it was genuinely something I have not seen in a long time from an Arsenal academy player. I mean, there is a reason why Arteta wanted him to be at the Arsenal no matter what happened, because this guy, he is solid. He's genuinely solid. I can't explain it in words. I don't think I will do justice for the kind of performance that he had against United, because he was pressing, he was able to beat his player. It was especially in the first 45 minutes, right? And in the first 45 minutes, United did play a semi senior team. So in that as well, Veneri was genuinely really good. To me, I felt he was really suited in that LCM position, which made me feel, you know what, if Veneri is played as an LCM, with Fury already signed for the Arsenal and with Martinelli on that left side, I think it will be something really good to look forward to, because we've been missing that profile who will play in that LCM role to unlock Martinelli to score all those goals, or to crash into the box and score all those goals like how he did in the 22-23 season. I'm genuinely excited for this guy, but let's just remember that this guy is 17 only. He's yet to become 18. He's yet to fully grow into a man who can possibly take up the responsibility for the Arsenal in the midfield, in the heart of the midfield. Next game that was played today, which was played against Liverpool. Now let's look into the numbers. Against Liverpool, he played only 20 minutes, did not create anything out of it. He had a pass accuracy of 83%, created 0 chances and won 2 duels. Now against Liverpool, in the first half, it looked like Liverpool would genuinely beat us, completely dominate us. It almost felt like nobody really gave it their all to play in that specific game. But when Veneri came on in the second half for those 20-21 minutes, I was genuinely in awe about how this guy is levels above other players in his own level. He definitely needs to play a lot more of senior level games, probably in the Carabao Cup or in the FA Cup, or even go on loans and play in the Championship as well, or even play the under-21s. He probably is playing. I'm not really too connected or very well versed about the academy players, except for the few star names that come out here and there, and I see a bunch of videos. But all I saw was from the preseason, and this preseason spell that he had over these 3 games, racking up close to 150 minutes out of the possible 270 minutes. He's been absolutely phenomenal. I think he's ready to warm the benches for the Arsenal, for the main team, not just as a player in case somebody gets injured, but as a player who definitely should be there in the subs when traveling away, or when playing even the games at the Emirates. He definitely needs to stay as close as possible to the main team, in my opinion, because this guy, I think with him possibly being that future for Arsenal, I'm not putting too much pressure on him. Do not think that I'm putting pressure on him. It's just my hope and my aspirations and my dreams about how Veneri could be instrumental for us, not just on the field but even off the pitch. If Veneri is supposed to be part of our main midfield team, I don't think we really need to invest heavily in the windows coming forward into another player who can take up that LCM position, which would require probably another 50 to 60 million investment. With Veneri being there from our own academy, an internal solution, it's almost going to cost us nothing out of it except for the wages. I think it will be phenomenal if he continues the growth like how he's been going through and keeps on playing like how he does. No pressure, but that is all the hope that a Arsenal fan can have at this very point. Another name that really hit me or caught my eye was Skelly. Now this guy, the little I speak about him, the more justice I do it, because I'm not really good with my vocabulary, nor am I good with my words, like how Mark Goldbridge or Peter Dury are with their way that they can make something look so poetic. I'm saying Mark Goldbridge because he's funny. He's definitely funny. Many fans may not rate him that much, but I genuinely find him funny. Maybe because I'm a rival fan and he always shits on United's bad performances. Anyways, not the point. Now let's remember that Skelly is someone who played as a winger/midfielder, who's been molded to play as a left back for the Arsenal, who inverts into the midfield and could play that role as well. Now this could be a good move for him, not just to play possibly for the Arsenal, or even it could help him even to play for England, because England, in terms of prospects from the left back side, I genuinely do not know other names. I think in terms of prospects, you have Amas, if I'm not wrong, from United. He seemed really good when we played against him. Apart from that, I might not be very well versed, I guess, but I do not know other prospects who could possibly take up that the left back role in the coming future. I think the World Cup could be too soon. Maybe after that, the next Euros could be the time where Amas or like Skelly kind of players will take up the left back position after Luke Shaw or Chilwell are done playing for the England. Now let's look at his numbers when Skelly played against Bournemouth, because he started this game as a left back itself. Now, when he played against Bournemouth, his numbers say that he played about 63 minutes, did not create anything, but has a pass accuracy of 100%, created 0 chances, won 4 duels, lost 3 duels, had one interception, won 1 tackle, and had 4 recoveries. Now, remember when I said I did not watch the first Arsenal match? Well, I can't really say much about this, right? But the numbers are genuinely really good, because if I'm not wrong, Bournemouth did play a solid team initially, at least in the first half, if I'm not wrong, because I remember reading from the notifications or from my group chat saying that, oh, Bournemouth are there to play their main team and have gone full strength, and yet Arsenal have done really well. Well, if Arsenal have done really well, that means Skelly has done really well. Next up, Skelly versus United. Now the numbers say that he played about 27 minutes. He had 1 assist, had a pass accuracy of 100%, created 1 chance, one duel, one tackle, and had 2 recoveries. Now this game I remember watching because that one pass was to my favorite player, Martinelli. Now, not just that, but the way that he took up that left back position. There's a whole reason I'll come back to in the next game that he played against, that was in the Liverpool game, why I felt Skelly is really good. At the same time, there could be a small thing that is running among all Arsenal fans. It could be the new toy kind of syndrome, where something that is new could be really shiny to all the people out there. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm not saying he's been brilliant. I'm just saying that he's really good. He has his deficiencies, which will come with time, with the way he keeps developing in that position. Obviously, he's been transitioned from that attacking player to a left back, so he needs to learn a lot about the defensive abilities. He needs to learn about how to invert properly, how to make those right passes, how he needs to make those overlapping runs, underlapping runs, how to time his runs, how to make the right interceptions, and so on. All the defending abilities that he needs to learn. But this is the perfect time to learn, and I really think he has done really well in that few minutes that he has played against United, because honestly, he was making the right runs. He knows how to play as a midfielder or as a winger, hence he was able to do those parts properly. But I think when it comes to defensive wise, I think he needs to develop a lot more in that position. He could play in the under 18s, under 21s to develop that, and if he's doing really well there already within a year or so, then go out on a loan, because I think in the left back or in the defensive position, Arsenal have enough players to play in that left back position. Now we have Zinchenko, Calafiori. Kiwior is not a left back, but you could say he could play as a part-time left back. So we have options there. Even Tomiyasu is another option there. So Skelly, I think he needs to go on a loan, or at least stay as close as possible to the first team to keep learning the different ways on how to develop his defensive abilities playing as a left back. That is about United. That's what I observed. Now, why did I feel it could be a new toy syndrome, or why he could genuinely be so good on the ball? Let me talk about that in the Liverpool game. Now let's just look into his numbers before we talk about what I felt about it. His Liverpool numbers say that he played about 20 minutes, had a pass accuracy of 80%, won 3 duels, did not create much, won 0 tackles, and had 1 recovery. Now this game is a clear example on why Skelly is so good on the ball, why it could even be a new toy syndrome. Because Zinchenko is so good on the ball, but when it comes to defensive abilities, he is so bad. Now, why there's a flip side to it? Because Skelly is still a young kid who's yet to develop or yet to understand the proper abilities of a left back. He's just been transitioned into the left back position, so that is why I'm still on the edge about this. I'm not completely happy about it, but obviously having an internal solution for a defensive position like a left back position is generally very good for the Arsenal for the foreseeable future. In case we need to have a left back coming from Arsenal, it could definitely save up a lot of money than investing somewhere else. We can just have an internal solution. Why did I feel this was a new toy syndrome? Because both of them were really good on the ball, right? Now Skelly, being an Arsenal academy player, there's obvious genuine bias towards liking him. Zinchenko is a player who is yet to become good in his defensive abilities, which I do not think he has enough time about it, which I will talk about it very very soon. Before we go there, let me just finish talking about our academy players. That's what I feel about Skelly. Genuinely very impressed with Veneri and Skelly. The other three names that I felt were like good was Haven. He is actually Haven or Heaven. I'm not sure how to pronounce it properly. He played as a CDM he is a CDM who played as a centre back. I felt the game against United, he was hard done because of the sheer experience that Rasmus Højlund has playing in the first team. After that, the way he recovered and kept playing that game, he was absolutely superb. Now he needs to sign a new contract or take up that contract that Arsenal have put forward for him, because he's not yet signed the contract that Arsenal have put forward for him. So let's see how he does. If he signs a new contract for the Arsenal, I genuinely think he could go on a loan or play for the under 21s and like develop his game, because I genuinely see proper potential in him. The long balls that he has in him, the way he's able to dictate the games and as well as understand the game, he's really really good at that. The other name that really caught my eye was Salah. Now this guy is another player who definitely did not was not on anyone's radar, because the genuine names that were on everyone's mouth or everyone's tongue was Veneri and Skelly. I don't think anyone expected Salah to be this good. The way he has his composure sorted, the way he can dictate the tone of the game playing as a midfielder. He's another player who can play in that midfield, and if he's really good, I don't think we really need to go elsewhere and invest a lot. We could play in that midfield having I'm probably just speaking bullshit at this point. It could be like Veneri, Salah and Haven. Our midfield made from Haaland, something what Barca had back in the day. Right, it's all dreams and aspirations at this point. I'm just talking as a pure Arsenal fan. Another player who really caught my eye was our goalkeeper Hein, or let's just call him Carl. Right now, he is a good goalkeeper who is inexperienced. I'll talk more about him, not him as a goalkeeper, but him as an example on why Arsenal needed a keeper like Raya. Just give me some more time, I will talk about it. Just give me some more patience about it. I'll definitely talk about that. The other player who I really want to give a shout out to was Joshua Nicholas. That dude is so quick. He's genuinely so strong. Key point was when he was bullying Sancho and got the ball off Sancho. That was probably the highlight for him. And then that wholesome moment where his mother was there in the stands and she said, "That is my son." It was really wholesome. And that's about it for the academy, boys. Let me get into the few talking points before we wrap up the video. I have a few talking points about our main players who are playing for our main team right now. The first point that I really want to talk about is the example that Carl brought us in this preseason. Right now, Carl is very inexperienced, who looks out of completely scared to play with the ball, but he's really good coming out of his blocks to get the ball away from the defense. Right now, why did Arsenal need a player like David Raya as a goalkeeper? If Arsenal need to build up from the back, they need someone who's composed, who can play with the ball, who is not scared to make those crucial passes so that they can build from the back and break presses from an attacking team. Now, when Carl played, he looked like he could not sustain the pressure, hence those long balls without any aim. He just kept clearing it. He just kept spraying it all over the pitch without any proper direction to it. Second point. Now Fabio Vieira looks to be the player who will be playing on the wings most of the time this season, though his best moments came as an LCM for Arsenal last season before he got injured. Now that could be a talking point in terms of transfers. If Fabio Vieira is being trusted by Arsenal to play as that winger, well, in my opinion, I do not think that is really good, but I'm sure Arteta knows a lot more about it than us, so I will just stick to what I saw in the preseason and just say a few of my observations that I felt. Fabio Vieira playing as a winger, that means we have Jesus and Havertz playing as our strikers. With Eddie leaving, I think we could invest in another striker, assuming that Jesus would be that player who plays anywhere in the front three, as a left winger, as a right winger, as a center, as a striker as well when needed, depending on the games. If Fabio Vieira was not our winger, I would definitely assume that our priority is still to go for a winger to back up Saka whenever needed, whereas where there is not much fallen quality from Saka is what the potential cover should be. But if Vieira is being selected by Arteta to play in that position, well, I guess we have no one to say against it, right? Third point, Thomas Partey, Arsenal. If somebody keeps knocking our door to sign up Thomas Partey, please sell him. I'm not saying this with just one incident, that is the preseason. I've been saying this since the start of last season. He's a player who's good on his day, but for his day to come, it will take some time. By the time the time comes and we start enjoying his type of football for our club, he'll get injured. Now in this preseason, you were supposed to be fit. You were supposed to get back into your fitness. Thomas Partey has not showed any progress. He got injured, he recovered, and that's it. He recovered, that is it. The man was so bad that even when he was jogging, he was so shit. Arsenal, if you get an opportunity to sell him, please sell him without even thinking twice. The next point, Arsenal need to have a serious conversation about Zinchenko, in my opinion. 2 years back when Zinchenko and Jesus have come into the team, the way these two have put us in a different stratosphere in terms of progress has been brilliant. But I think Arsenal could move on from a player like Zinchenko, because we need someone who needs to take care on the defensive side of things as well. With Calafiori being there, I think Zinchenko's minutes could be reduced, but to have him as a backup option, I'm more than welcome. Please do not bring him against teams like Liverpool, where for sure they will target his side, or will be waiting for him to come on so that they can target his side, because it has been clockwork. Zinchenko plays as a left back, we concede on the left side. It happened in the leagues, it happened even today. I'm not saying he's a bad player, I'm just saying we need to move on from that kind of player who will just be good on the ball but is bad defensively. That brings me to the next point. With the inclusion of Calafiori on the left hand side as that athletic defender, probably with the signing of Mikel Merino as well, as of now it looks like we've agreed personal terms, I think that left hand side of Arsenal will start functioning as we really needed for a long time. Hopefully Martinelli will be unlocked. We'll definitely get back the joy and the happiness that Martinelli brought us in terms of goals and assists from the left hand side to in the 22-23 season. That is all I'm hoping for. That is the positives with those two signings of Calafiori and Mikel Merino. The other point that I really want to talk about is the fact that we will be losing academy players in the names of Emil Smith-Rowe and Eddie Nketiah. Fans, I know from an emotional standpoint it is very difficult. I have my own friends who have not taken it really well, who are genuinely very emotional to talk about it. But if you think about it logically, if Eddie needs to progress, he needs to go to a team that will appreciate the kind of player he is. If Smith-Rowe needs to make something out of his career and to still be part of the potential England team, he needs to make a point in the next 2.5 years to be probably in the World Cup squad or even the Euro squad. So them moving on from a logical perspective makes a lot of sense. We're definitely making profits out of it. I can't tell you to not be sentimental about it. Definitely I was, but think from a logical point of view. Our boys need to go there and make a name for themselves. If not at the Arsenal, you can make money out of it and hope that they do best somewhere else. That's what we have done with Walter. That's what we have done with Balogun. That's what we should be doing for Emil Smith-Rowe and Eddie Nketiah as well. Well, that's it for my roundup of the preseason. If I have taken too long, I'm sorry. I just felt I had to speak a lot because so much was on my mind. Again, if you guys are not yet subscribed, keep subscribing to this channel as I'm trying to hit that 500 mark as soon as possible. I will do a giveaway once I hit the 500 mark, so that's why keep subscribing. We're trying to hit that 500 mark as soon as possible. Keep supporting, keep liking, keep commenting, switch on the bell icon as well, because it would be nice to know that there are people out there who want to watch my video as soon as I post. Thank you so much. Till I see you guys soon. Till then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Peace.